So this is the video that most people have been waiting for. It's the review of both the Firestick 4K Max and the Firestick, but we're going to be doing things slightly different in this video. Instead of doing two separate review videos, I've decided to do a comparison videos where I'm comparing both the brand new 4K Max and the 4K to each other, and also comparing them to the older models of each other at the exact same time. We'll also be covering a few important areas of each device. I'll be breaking down any physical accessory differences between the two devices. We'll talk about the specs and the changes between the new models, the price point, and finally, I'll let you know which model, if either, is worth upgrading to or buying for the first time. Now, like I said earlier in the week, I will be giving away one of each model to 2 lucky subscribers, or like one each, I mean. How you're gonna do that is I've hidden a secret word throughout the video. At points in the video, you're gonna see a letter pop up on screen. Now, it could be small, or it could be large, it could be slightly hidden, or it'll be completely obvious. The first 2 people to comment that word down below in the comments is going to get a nice brand new Firestick. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button right down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. Let's get into things. Now, I wanted to start by going over the physical accessory differences, and there's only one for the brand new Firestick Max. Now, I do want to point out that they have completely redeveloped the Firestick, so it's a more of a rounded off design. This isn't a major change, but at least it makes it look like a new product instead of just new insides and new upgrades inside. Now, the 4K over here comes with the regular Firestick remote, where the 4K Max comes with the upgraded Fire TV remote. Literally, the only difference is maybe ½ an inch of length. So as you can see, the Firestick 4K is the smaller remote. The Firestick 4K Max is the bigger remote. I think it gives you like one extra option on it, which is like a picture-in-picture or something like that. But that's literally it. Other than that, there's no accessory difference from the Firestick 4K and the 4K Max. So now what I really want to get into is what is the difference between the old 4K and the new one, and the old Max and the new one. So let's start by talking about the major differences between the new Firestick 4K and the previous model. So the first thing improved on the brand new Firestick is 2 brand new processors. So you have a MediaTek CPU and you have an IMG GPU. They clock 1.7 gigahertz still. However, Amazon has said it's going to be 30% faster. And in fact, during AFTV News's benchmark scores, he saw around a 23% increase between single and multi-core use. So what Amazon has said about the 30% increase definitely stands true to some extent. As for the RAM, you can expect about an extra ½ gigabyte of DDR4 RAM added to your Firestick 4K. And they've also upgraded the Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi 6. I do say for most people this isn't extremely useful because your router won't be compatible with it most likely, so you may have to upgrade to see the major benefits. Now, unfortunately, with this model, there is no increase in storage, so you're still stuck with that 8 gigabytes that we've had for years. Other than that, you can expect the exact same video capabilities as the previous model. Now, as for the Firestick 4K Max 2nd generation and how it holds up to the previous one, we've seen some major improvements in some unexpected areas. So it does have a brand new MediaTek and IMG CPU and GPU that do clock in higher than the previous model, and Amazon said you can expect a major increase. Now, all AFTV News noticed was around a 13% increase between single and multi-core use. So it's not a crazy increase, but honestly, the old Firestick 4K Max was extremely fast anyways, so speed wasn't really an area that needed to be addressed as hard. They also slightly upgraded the Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi 6E. Again, you need a compatible router in order to actually take advantage of that. The RAM stays the exact same, but the biggest area of improvement is in the storage. So this is what everybody has wanted for the longest time, and now the Firestick gets 16 gigabytes. This only ends up being about 12 by the time you account for the operating system, but that's tons of room to put games or any other movies, TV shows, whatever you want, directly on the root of your device, instead of relying on an OTG cable and the ability to put in a flash drive. Now, it does come with the Fire TV remote, which is like a $5 improvement, so it's not too bad. Other than that, both models have the brand new Fire TV ambient experience, which is just that kind of background you get when it's in sleep mode. And they also get the brand new Fire TV OS 8, which is obviously a good thing. They're improving the operating system. However, that means previous models won't be supported as long. And you can also expect a ton of glitches if we're being honest. We already know that side-loaded apps, a lot of them don't have icons right now. And this was a previous problem that happened when Fire TV OS 7 started becoming popular on Fire Sticks as well. It was solved after like a year, so you can't expect that to be an issue for some time in the near future. So now let's compare the differences if you're trying to choose between the two new models, whether you want the 4K or the 4K Max second generation. Now the 4K Max undoubtedly has better processors, both CPU and GPU. Even by AFTV News' testing, you can see both single and multi-core use is quite a bit more powerful in the new Max. In terms of RAM, it's the exact same for both. They both now have 2 GB with the upgrade in RAM that the new second generation 4K has seen. Now the major upgrade is of course the storage. So you're getting 8 extra gigabytes of storage with the brand new Max. I keep pointing over there, but it's this one right here. Now that's obviously the biggest reason why people would want to upgrade to this version. Now the 4K Max of course has Wi-Fi 6E. Again, most people aren't really going to utilize that compared to the Wi-Fi 6 because your router most likely isn't compatible with it. Now, if you have upgraded your router, that is going to obviously enhance your Wi-Fi performance just slightly. It's not going to make a crazy difference in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about price differences between these models and how much more they are compared to the old ones. Now, price is something that's always a huge consideration when companies go and create new models of already existing devices. Because typically with new tech, increases the prices, whether you want to blame it on inflation or the fact they've created a better product. However, in this case, Amazon has actually kept things pretty fair. The Firestick 4K actually sees no increase from the previous model. So they've just essentially gone and replaced it with a better piece of tech. And the best part is it's only $49.99. And if you want the older model, most of them are half off in a number of countries right now. As for the Firestick 4K Max, the second generation has seen a $5 increase. But the fact that it does have 8 GB more of storage, that is something I think everybody can agree they are more than willing to pay. And if they wanted to put in another 16, I would easily pay another $10 for it. So that clocks the 4K Max in at $59.99. Now I have the links for both these models down below in the description. So if you're looking to purchase them, that's a great spot. I've also listed some of my favorite accessories that you should get with a Firestick model. Now here's where I explain whether it's worth upgrading your old 4K model to the new 4K or your old 4K Max to the 4K second generation Max. And the reality is, if you already have an Amazon 4K, the one that's 3 years old, I would 100% upgrade it. Not only do those still run, I believe, OS 6, I'm like 100% sure on, I think, or is it OS? It's OS 6. But they're also just pretty old. As I explained earlier, this is just a significant upgrade from that version. However, if you're upgrading already, the Max with that 16 GB of storage is probably the better choice overall. Now, if you already previously have the Firestick 4K Max, upgrading to the second generation, there's really only 2 reasons why you would do that. Because you want the additional storage, which is a really enticing offer, but also because you want OS 8 and you know it's going to stay compatible with previous apps for a long time. Amazon is notorious for not letting previous versions of the device upgrade to new operating systems. So you can expect the third generation, the Lite, the 4K Max to never get OS 8. So that just means the shelf life of this in general will be longer. However, OS 7 will be perfectly fine for years to come. So would I suggest getting these new models if you're just getting a new device? Absolutely. I would definitely go with the 4K Max. The fact that it has 16 GB of storage just means you won't have to worry about those low storage messages as often. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video going over the Firestick 4K and 4K Max. Let me know down below which version you would purchase. And don't forget to put that hidden word down below in the comments. If you're one of the first 2 people, you get to pick one of these. See you guys in the next one.